It's Friday night. It's 7 p.m. That means it's time for the Paul and Nicky Show. The greatest show on earth. Yeah!
Hey! I am not Nicky New.
I'm not Paul and Nicky.
But this is the glorious
the wonderful
Paul and Nicky Show.
Yay! Welcome back.
It's Friday night, it's 7 p.m.
Yay!
You are tuned into the greatest show on earth.
Yeah.
And today I am joined by
Nicky
the Nicky New.
And Pastor Paul.
So Nicky, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Yeah, very good, thank you. General stuff until, of course, that wonderful date of April the 12th. Nicky can't cut any hair still, so Nicky will be getting back to her hairdressing very soon, which is good. And I'm sure the customers will be happy as well, because I'm sure their hair's extremely long right now, so they'll be happy. But of course, we've been doing all of our wonderful filming and still being able to carry on with that, which is great fun. And it's nice to just be back as well, to be able to be back in the church filming, obviously still socially distanced, of course. But it's just nice, isn't it, to sort of physically see each other properly and work together like this, and it's good fun. And it's better for you guys, I think, than just seeing us up close on the camera at home and stuff. It's sort of, yeah, it's good.
And where are we off to next Wednesday, Nicky?
Oh, and we're going off to
London
next week. Wow.
Hey, Governor. Hey.
Get up those apples and stairs. That's right, apples and pears. Apples and pears. Apples and pears. Typical Nicky one.
There we go. So off to London next week, do some filming at the Revelation TV studios. So keep an eye out for that on Revelation TV, which you can find on Sky, Freesat, and I guess all of the digital channels that are right there. So.
Yeah, so you could just stream it through Google as well. Just go into Revelation TV on there and watch it live on the internet.
And we are talking about on Revelation TV, it's kind of like, it's a bit based on my book really, 7 Days to Joy.
Yes, it is, yeah.
So looking at how to overcome anxiety, fear,
like
depression, and how to live in joy basically, which is how God wants us to live. So
that's all good, yeah, that's all good. What else? And it was lovely having the service back at church again on Easter Sunday, wasn't it? It was nice to be back at church
socially
and see everyone.
Distanced,
socially distanced,
masked
of course,
up.
But yeah, it was just nice to just be back at church around people and just, yeah, it's. I think we've all missed that, you know, we've all missed that. It's been a long time, isn't it? Obviously, and it's for our own protection, and it's good. And we've, you know, I think it's been sensible that we've continued filming, well, you've continued sort of filming from home and that. But yeah, it was just nice to see everyone.
It was.
So.
It was. Now, is Happy in the room with us?
Yes, he is. Where is he? Hello.
Happy there.
How are you?
Freaky facts.
It's time for Freaky Facts. Woo! Freaky Facts.
Freaky Facts.
Woo!
Okay, so that was a long one this week from Nicky.
Yeah.
I got very kind of high.
A bit too much, was it?
I think there are dogs all over the country howling right now. Ooh.
A bit too much. Thank you. It's a bit much. I thought you liked my Freaky Facts.
Do you like your Freaky Facts? Just got very, very high. The tone.
A bit too much. A bit
got very, very high there. But I didn't realise you could do that. But
a bit too high pitched. Okay.
It's very interesting. Very good. Okay, what Freaky Facts you got, Nick?
Okay, I've got one, and here's one that my mum gave me. Thank you, Mum. She says the sunflower is the national flower of Russia and Peru and the state flower of Kansas, nicknamed, of course, Kansas is nicknamed the sunflower state. Per gram per second, more energy runs through a sunflower than through the sun itself.
No.
That's just doesn't seem right, does it? I know, eh? I know, when Mum told me, I was like, really?
More power runs through a sunflower.
Per gram. Per second. Obviously, it gets all its energy from the sun, but more energy runs through a sunflower than through the sun itself. It's hard to get your head around that one, isn't it? It's a freaky fact.
How do we test that?
It's a freaky fact. I don't know. Should we start growing some sunflowers and then dissect them and stuff and just sort of do a load of science tests on it?
Put you in a rocket and send you to the sun.
Did you know as well, you know, they're all individual little flowers inside the actual sunflower, all of those little, they look like just little funny knobbly bits. And they've got seeds in them. They're all individual flowers and they've got little seeds in them. It's amazing. And there's loads in there. I don't know how many.
There's some crazy looking plants out there, aren't
there? And you know, they can actually grow as tall as, somebody recorded it, as tall as, I think it was it somebody in Germany? I can't remember. As tall as 30 foot tall. The tallest sunflower that they recorded. Guinness Book of Records. Yeah,
that's
30 feet. And apparently they think that it could have even gone even more than that. So it's like, wow, 30 foot tall. Wow, there we go.
Wow, indeed.
So if you like tall plants, get a sunflower.
Get a sunflower.
Yeah.
Imagine trimming that one down at 30 feet, mind. That should be a big ladder to get. Chop that bad boy down. Okay, right.
There you go.
Did you know that in the Philippines, McDonald's serves spaghetti?
That's a bit strange, isn't it? I don't know if I'd want that in McDonald's. I like spaghetti. I don't think I'd want that in McDonald's.
Doesn't seem like a McDonald's food though, does it?
No, it's a bit weird.
Bit crazy. Yeah, well, that's it.
There we are, that's the end of that.
McDonald's.
Would you put your comments down
spaghetti
here? Would you have spaghetti at McDonald's? Would you eat it?
Pop it in the comment section.
Yes,
let us know.
In the comments.
I'd have some meatballs with it. If it's like McDonald's meatballs and spaghetti, fair enough. If it's just spaghetti by itself.
I remember when I went to IKEA with your sister Kimmy, and she said to me, Nick, have you ever had the meatballs,
the Swedish meatballs
in IKEA? I said, well, no, Kim, because I don't actually come to IKEA that often, only when I'm with you. But and we had the Swedish meatballs and that, and you know what, it was very nice. It was very nice, and yeah, I must say it was quite enjoyable. So if you go to IKEA, get the Swedish meatballs. Yeah.
And when I was in Israel, I ordered spaghetti bolognese when I was in Israel.
Did you?
And all I got, it was very disappointing, was spaghetti and tomato sauce. There's no meat in it.
Oh, no, I wouldn't like that. I'd be very disappointed.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's kind of like the certain types of shop, they don't sell meat or anything over there, but it was just like spaghetti with tomato sauce. And it's like, oh, where's the meat?
Oh no, I wouldn't like that, because you look forward to that, don't you? That kind of makes the dish, obviously. So to not have that would be like, this is rubbish. Where's the meat at? Where's the meat at? Sorry, but yeah.
Okay,
right.
What's your next week?
Yeah, next one. Okay, thank you, Dan Dans. This is one of yours, as you sent me quite a few through this week, which is very helpful. Thank you, Dan Dans. Apparently, rabbits can't puke. So it's an interesting one. It's a bit similar to the one I shared last week about the pigs can't sweat. Rabbits can't puke. Apparently, I'm surprised at that.
I thought they were good to take food.
It says, I don't know about rabbits. Hang on, let's see what it says here.
Okay, maybe it's hares.
Unlike cats or other animals, of course, because cats they spit up the fur balls, don't they, to get rid of
all the time at the moment.
Do it a lot.
All the time. Like once a week, like
it's big. Some of them are quite long, aren't they?
Yeah, it's big long things. Like, what's that doing? Not only that, how can they be hungry if they've got that massive thing in their stomach all the time? They're constantly eating, and they've got this massive lump of fur inside of them. It's like the size of a rabbit in itself.
It is, yeah. And it's unusual because sometimes it's quite it can just look like, I don't know, sometimes it's more sicky looking than others, and other times it's just like a really long bit of it looks like almost like a white poo or something.
That's gross, isn't it?
Anyway. Unlike cats or other animals that can cough up hairballs, there we go, when they digest too much fur and other indigestible materials, rabbits are incapable of spewing. Their digestive system only goes one way. So the furry critters swallow plenty of roughage, which keeps things moving in the right direction.
That's why they poop a lot. Little rabbit poos everywhere.
Exactly, they do. You'd have, because we kept rabbits and guinea pigs and that, and you'd be having to clean them out very regularly because they're just pooing all the time.
Yeah.
So
And hares,
makes
they're weird looking creatures, aren't they? I think I mentioned this before.
Yeah.
They're like rabbits on steroids.
Yes,
They're weird looking.
They're cool though. I suppose you would have seen a few like when you were at track.
When we
you
kind of out in the country.
Then, yeah.
I didn't know what it was at first. I thought, that's a rabbit. And then I thought, that's not a rabbit.
No, because the ears are so much longer.
The ears
and
are really long.
longer as well, aren't they?
And they're built like it looks like a kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's got like a kangaroo's chest. It's like, it's got pecs and shoulders and biceps and stuff. And it's like really weird long legs.
This is right.
Because I always imagine like a hare to be like a rabbit, but a bit bigger. But it doesn't look like a rabbit, does it?
No. They're
It's
quite, like you say, very athletic looking.
Very fast. Yeah. Okay, here's another gross, freaky fact. Did you know that before toilet paper was invented, Americans used to use corn cobs?
Oh, really? Gross.
How rough would that be?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Unless you boil them first.
No, that's weird. That's not strange. Are you serious?
That's what the freaky fact is. Like a corn on a cob.
Oh, that's like
kind of get down there and have a scrub.
Steve love corn on the cob. We absolutely love. And Joshua.
Now you know why they grow them so much. It's because back in the day, apparently they used to use those instead of toilet paper. Have a good old rub on one of them and clean you out, wouldn't it? Well,
yeah, but I don't know how that would like properly mop it all up.
Hey, give it a go this week and let us know on the next Paul and Nicky show, Nick.
I don't know if it would quite cut it, you know.
That's gross, isn't it?
That is gross.
But apparently, I got this off of a legit website. Corn on the cobs is what they used to use before toilet paper. So
there we go.
Yeah.
I would probably say don't try this at home.
Don't try it at home.
I'd probably say
it could get very sore.
Yeah, it'd be a bit strange. Might put you off corn on the cob for the rest of your life.
I think
you
so.
know. Do you want me to share one more?
Yeah, go on in one more.
Go on then. This is another Dan Dan's. Thank you, Dan. You lose up to 30% of your taste buds during flight. So like airplane meals when you know, because people always complain, don't they, about airplane meals. And yet the funny thing is, actually, I can remember like some of the meals I've had actually quite enjoying.
Yeah, I've never had a bad one. I've not had many.
No, I haven't had. I wouldn't say they're particularly. I'm not saying they're like top class. It's not like the best thing you've ever had, but I would say it's okay. But anyway, it says on here, this might explain why airplane food gets such a bad reputation. The elevation in an airplane can have detrimental effect on our ability to taste things. According to 2010 study conducted by Germany's Fraunhofer, sorry if I haven't pronounced that correctly, Institute of Building Physics, the dryness experienced at a high elevation as well as low pressure reduces the sensitivity of a person's taste buds to sweet and salty foods by about 30%. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
Quite a bit, isn't it?
That's quite a lot. So it's more than a quarter, so that's quite a bit. Add that dry cabin air, add that dry cabin air affects our ability to smell and ability to taste is reduced further. So I suppose, that kind of would back up the whole thing of where you do get some people complaining about the meals not being that nice. But I suppose then it comes down to how good your sense of smell and taste is then, doesn't it? Once again, I'm surprised because you said you got a terrible sense of smell, but you said you quite like the meals. So.
On board an airplane?
Yeah, you said they're okay.
Although we had a McDonald's the other day, and I was very disappointed because I usually like it's not like the highest on my kind of fast food takeaway things,
not KFC, but
it's not KFC, but they're usually quite nice. And the thing I enjoy most about McDonald's, I got to admit, is either the breakfast,
the breakfast,
or the fries. I like fries. I like them. I bought a large fries the other day, and they didn't put any salt on it. So it's just no sauces either. They didn't hand sauces out, so it's just plain potato I was eating. I was like, oh, this is horrible. But come on, McDonald's, you can do better.
You can do it.
You can do better.
You can do it.
Forget about the spaghetti. Focus on my chips. Get some salt on them.
Are you one that likes to put quite a lot of seasoning, like salt and pepper and stuff on things? Because I know Steve likes to put a lot of salt.
I know people say it's bad for you, but without it,
it's not.
Life tastes
I know what
bland.
you mean. It's
got to have salt.
You've got to have the salt, and the black pepper is nice on things as well. Yeah.
Cool. What are we going over to next? We are going over to
the games of insanity.
The games of insanity. And this week we are going to have Do you remember Roy Walker and catchphrase? I'm sure you do.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta say what you say, don't say what you say.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little game of this.
That's a broken accent.
Thank you very much. That's my Irish Roy Walker accent.
Yeah.
And so I have got
Roy accent, yeah.
some cards with some images on. We played this game before, and I think I've got the ones you haven't played. Cards you haven't played. So I'm going to hold these up.
Have a little warm up first.
And we're going to have 60 seconds on the clock. And we're going to see how many you can get right in 60 seconds. And so what we're going to do, we're going to put the timer on just now. Just got to find the timer. It's on here somewhere. There you are. And you've got to get as many right as you can in 60 seconds. Then we're going to swap over.
Okay.
And then it'll be my turn. Okay?
Okay, let's go.
All right, so what we're going to have to do as well, so our viewers can see that at home, we're going to hold it up to the camera, then I'll turn it to you.
Right.
But it'll have to be very, very quickly done, I'm afraid, viewers, because we've only got 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Captain America.
Well done.
Black something. Oh my. Don't know.
Pass.
No, pass. I don't know. Move on. No.
I'll come back to those in a second. Sorry, go on then.
Line. This is terrible, isn't it? Straight line. Something line. I don't know. Sorry.
Pass.
I just no pass. This is terrible. No. Just an lie. I do terribly at this. Pass. Quick, move on.
Pass.
Quick. This is terrible.
That's time.
I bet when. How's that time?
That's time.
No.
Nikki managed to get one right. Captain America. Now the ones you passed on, okay, the first one was Men in Black.
Do you know what?
I did. Men in Black?
I know, how annoying. That did go through my mind as well, but it just didn't look at the time. Oh,
The next one, which I wouldn't have got, that one is the shape of a country, and that's Madagascar.
Where is that? I know, I was looking, I was thinking, where is that?
I.e. the film Madagascar.
Right, yeah.
Okay. The next one was, you kind of come very close to it.
Straight line.
It's just a straight line. What colour is it?
Red.
So it's the thin red line.
Oh, right, okay.
Shame.
Probably wouldn't have got that.
And then the last one was this one.
Yeah.
And it's, what's that word?
Line.
And what chess piece is that?
A bishop.
No, that one's a
No,
king.
it's a king, sorry.
So it's a lie on.
Oh, Lion King.
Lion King.
That's quite tricky, that word.
That was tricky.
That's quite tricky,
That was tricky.
actually.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over now, we're going to swap over, and Nick is going to do...
I bet you've like memorised all of these. You probably know them
Not
all.
all of them. Not all of them. Okay, so...
Right,
Okay, we're going to
Sorry,
do this game, we're going to reset.
Right.
Okay, so... Tell me when you're ready to start.
I'm just going to...
You like choosing all the hard ones.
I'm just going to mix
choose
them
the
up
hard
a little
ones,
bit,
put those on top.
I bet you've gone over these like so many times.
I
So you just
literally
know
have.
them like the back of your hand. Right. And,
Okay, 3,
right.
2, 1.
Hang on. Do that. And
3,
then,
2, 1.
is that just the one? Yeah. Okay, that one.
Go. Oh, bird in a box. Green bird box. Bird box.
Bird box.
Yes.
Bird box. Yeah,
Right.
bird box. Oh, hang on, you can see the names. To the paper.
I had a couple of seconds on, I think, for that. Got it. "16 candles."
Oh, that's like a real easy round.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
North by Northwest. It's an old Cary Grant film, that one. I like that one. North by Northwest. Three Musketeers.
Oh,
Yes!
I've done this a million times before.
I literally haven't. Just choose the next one. What are you doing? You're playing.
I'm trying to get.
Right, I got this one. Wall-E.
Yeah.
Wall-E.
Oh.
All right, we'll stop there. Okay, so how many did I get?
Well, you got pretty much all of them, I think.
Yes!
Yay! This is one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay!
5. Okay, that's
you got
not too bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Well, much better than me. I think with things like this, I have to I don't know, have a practice at it a few times, and then my mind kind of gets geared to thinking that way. But initially, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But
Visual
anyway,
images.
no,
Oh,
it's a good game
some more of
though.
those
Good
next
game.
week or
Good
something.
game.
All right, now we're going over to joke of the week.
Joke of the week.
And last week we experimented, and I think a lot of people enjoyed our cross-eyed but
Oh, they did. Yes, we'll have to do that again. They did.
answer.
Yeah, it was quite funny. That was
Okay,
quite
so
funny,
let's
actually.
give that a go
I
again
don't know
this
if I
week.
even listened to your jokes, so to be fair, I was just more interested in seeing your funny face, and it made me laugh. So
My clown face, right?
your clown face.
Okay, so
Okay.
did you want to start or shall I start?
Yes. Okay, I'll start then. Okay. Okay. Is Google male or female? Female, because it doesn't let you finish a sentence before making a suggestion.
Oh, very nice.
That's quite funny, isn't it?
There we go, okay.
That's funny.
Okay, before you criticize someone, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you do criticize them, you're a mile away and you have their shoes. Okay.
Okay. What did the duck say when he bought lipstick?
I don't know.
Put it on my bill.
Okay. What's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know and I don't care. Okay.
Okay, one more.
Right, we've done 2 each.
Okay,
is that,
okay,
is that
2
2?
each.
Is
Yeah,
that done?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good. We're going over 2 next, Happy.
Holy Ghost gossip.
It's time for Holy Ghost Gossip.
Okay.
And Nicky, what are we looking at this week?
So we're just looking at, I've got a couple of questions here for you and just like a little discussion really. Because I just think it's something that as Christians, it's things that people may think about from time to time and not always perhaps know the correct response.
Yeah.
So the first question is, how can a Christian avoid being a doormat for other people?
Yeah, because there's a difference between kind of turning the other cheek when somebody insults you for your faith and being walked over. Because when you look at Bible characters such as Jesus or the apostles or John the Baptist or the Old Testament prophets, they were not doormats. If you think of somebody like Elijah who stood up against the prophets of Baal and he,
That's right.
he was quite kind of mocking. He
Yeah.
mocked them, he mocked their God, he ridiculed
He
them.
did, yeah, he did.
And, a lot of people in the church today would say that kind of the apostles' behavior, John the Baptist's behavior, or Elijah's behavior was not Christian. It was not the Christian thing to do. Whereas I think what's really happened is that our society has tried to mold Christianity to its values rather than kind of society bowing the knee to kind of Christianity's values and the way things are done. Because what we see in the Bible is that righteous men and righteous women, they stood up and they stood against immorality, they stood against sinfulness. And so I think the church today needs to stop being a doormat. It needs to stop allowing people to walk all over it and walk all over its values. And for real men and women of God to rise up again, like John the Baptist, like Elijah, like the apostles, and stand their ground and say, no, right is right, truth is truth. And I think the clearest example of this is Jesus of Nazareth himself, who overturned the tables of the money changers.
Yeah, I was just thinking that actually. Yeah, it's almost like it's kind of gone the total opposite extreme now, isn't it? It's gone, you know, like you were saying, people would say somebody like John the Baptist, you know, oh, how could he, look at the way he lives, look at his attitude and his behaviour and that. How could he hasn't got a Christian-like behaviour, which is so far from the truth, because
so
he
wrong.
was the one
He's
leading
the greatest prophet of the Old Testament.
to Christ.
Yeah.
And he stood up against the king at the time, and he stood out and sort of showed people their wrong behaviour, and of course his life was on the line for that, but you know, that's what happens, unfortunately. And you know, when you that's part of what we're called to do, isn't it? We're called to serve Christ and do our best by him, and sometimes, unfortunately, it won't follow suit to what the rest of the world think and what they're doing. So I think it is that thing of looking at the people, the characters in the Bible, like you say, and the strength in the characters in the Bible. I mean, look at like Samson, how he fought, you know, and he didn't sort of, what's the word? He didn't hesitate in what he did he? He knew what his job was by God.
I would say as well, you'd be very hard pressed to find a Bible character that didn't stand up for righteousness.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think actually.
So you think of Moses,
yes.
You think of Joshua, you think of David. These men were strong.
And what like and
men,
what Abraham
Deborah,
had to
strong
do.
woman.
Yeah, that's right, Esther.
Yeah.
All of these people biblically, what they had to do and how they had to stand out.
And none of them were doormats.
No, they weren't. So it's kind of like society's taken in, like I say, in churches, unfortunately, they seem to have taken that verse about turn the other cheek, and they've almost kind of looked at it as in saying, well, you know, we're not supposed to say anything, we're not supposed to speak out against this, we're supposed to be very meek and mild, we're not to kind of argue against anything at all, even if it goes against what we believe in and what the Bible says. We're just supposed to conform to these things, which is so far from the truth, because like you said, look how Jesus turned up the tables and he said, well, how dare you do this in my Father's house? What on earth are you doing here? You know, and how many a time he was calling the Pharisees like dead man's, I can't think it, tombs, whitewashed tombs, sorry, and vipers and foxes, wasn't he? Like sort of saying about how crafty and sly they were, vixens, sorry, and just, you know, many a time he was sort of calling out against these so-called high and lofty religious leaders that held themselves in this high sort of position, claiming to be holier than thou, and yet God saw their hearts and saw actually how far they were from him, and yet the outward acts, you know, would look good to man, and yet God could see in their hearts what they were like, and how they had no clue who Jesus really was. They didn't want him. They didn't want to know him either. They dismissed him. So yeah, I think it's very important when we look at the Bible and really read it properly, and we know the characters in the Bible and how they lived, we see that yes, they did stand up for what they know was right, and I would definitely say that they weren't doormats. And I think that turning the other cheek, that applies to just not seeking out revenge, doesn't it, on those who persecute you for your faith?
Yeah, basically don't seek revenge and you know, take insults. You're not to react to every insult, basically. You're to take an insult and just kind of shrug it off and laugh it off, basically, and carry on moving on. But, you know, as Christians, we're not out to kind of seek revenge. We're not out to kind of hurt anybody who tries to hurt us. We're out to promote truth and righteousness and goodness and good morality, and that takes real strength.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go on over to...
Let's go to...
Oh boy, it's time for the Parfaits Challenge!
It's the Pie Face Challenge! And Nikki, it's your Pie Face Challenge this week.
It is, I know, it is! Oh, come on, Dan, I've got to win this again! Oh, I've got to stay in the lead. I have to stay in the lead, seriously. Paul's thinking that's not happening. So, what it is this week is we have 60 seconds on the clock, please, Mr. Paul.
Oh, you need the clock, yep.
We need that.
Do that.
Yeah. On our timer, and we should both have 20 sheets of paper.
Yes.
And basically what we have to do in 60 seconds is draw as many fishes as possible with like a little face like that.
Yeah.
And so you have to do as many as, but it has to be like that. So it has to be da-da-da with the fin each side, each end, and then a little face and a smiley, a little eye and a smiley, sorry. And you have to do as many of those in 60 seconds as you can. And it has to have that on there. You can't just do the fish without the fins and the face on.
Okay.
And just as many as you can in 60 seconds. Whoever can do the most wins.
So let me have a look. Let me just have a look at the design.
Yeah. It's a good design.
That one will count. So we're just going to leave that one over there. Right, so.
But that doesn't have to be that specific. It's just any smile. Just an eye and a smile. Okay, that's it. So you have to do as
Could
many
the smile just be a line?
Well, whatever. Yeah, it could just be. I mean, but it needs to be like a little. You want a happy fish. You want a happy fish. Yeah, they're all stuck together. So you just have to. What are you doing?
Pulling my pages apart.
No, you can't do that. Yeah, you just got to get one off for starters.
Yeah, but they're not. They're all kind of banged together.
No, because that's how they're meant to be. That's what I did.
Is it?
Yeah. Right. So you messed them up now, so that means I'm going to have to do that now.
No, don't.
No, because
okay.
You've got to make it fair.
Okay, 3, 2.
Hang on a minute.
Whoa, Go.
Go. Quick! Are you checking the time?
Yep.
Oh, these bits of paper!
No, they're stuck together, aren't they? Said that.
It makes it more fun. How much time have we got left for?
That's it. Time. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they all stuck together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Hey, you haven't got any more. That's mine.
That
Don't steal that
all right. 14 I've done.
14, right.
Okay, so count them up.
Got 1,
Just check, make sure they got both fins. Okay.
3. No, I was checking yours as well.
I got eyes on yours. Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yay!
11, 12!
Wins again! Wins
We're equal now. We are equal. That means I have to win next week's Parfaits.
All right,
I have to win.
What's the points now? Is it 6-6?
6-6. I have to win next week.
6-6. Here we go.
No.
That was a cool little game, though. What are we going to call that?
It's just
Happy Fishy.
Freaky Fish Game.
Oh, Freaky Fish Game.
Freaky Fish
Happy
Game.
Freaky Fish Game.
Happy Freaky Fish Game. That's a good one.
Okay. Until next week, guys. See you next Friday. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. We hope you liked it. Now, what would be really nice is if you would subscribe to our channel and told all your friends about us. This would advertise our show for free. And it would be really nice if you could do that for me. The Paul and Nicky Show, the greatest show on earth. Woohoo!